We're monitoring events across the globe. Let's begin this hour with a sad story of a female lawyer whose life was cut short by a police officer on Christmas Day. Now, the Inspector General of Police Usman Akalibaba has ordered a speedy investigation and prosecution of the officer who shot dead Mrs. Omobolanle Raheem. The IGP, while condemning the killing, in a statement by the force spokesperson, Ajah, described the incident as sad and unfortunate. The IGP, who commiserated with the family, friends, and colleagues of the deceased, said the force will not condone the inappropriate incident. The unfortunate incident occurred when the deceased and our family were returning from Christmas service on Sunday. The Public Relations Officer, Lagos State Command, Benjamin Hundeyin, who confirmed the incident, said the officers involved have been arrested and taken into custody. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Bar Association has condemned the Christmas Day murder of its member, Omobolanle Raheem, by an officer of the Nigerian Police Force attached to Ajiwe Police Station in Ajah. NBA National Publicity Secretary, in a statement, said Habeeb Lawal, the NBA president, Yakubu Chonoko Maikyau, upon receiving the sad news, made efforts to get across to the deceased's husband, who understandably has been unavailable to answer calls. The NBA statement also reveals that the police command in Lagos has confirmed that the suspected murderer is one ASP Drambi Vandi, who's been in the police service for 33 years. The legal body is demanding that the Nigerian police officially disclose and immediately release to Nigerians the full details of the officer and other officers responsible for the heinous act.
We now went to Yaba. I saw my sister. The only hope we have in our family. Anytime we need anything, she quick.
And still on the Christmas Day tragedy, a sister to the deceased lawyer, Omobolanle Raheem, said she was killed with pregnancy. In an exclusive interview with TVC News, senior correspondent Ivy Kanu, the deceased younger sister, Titilayo Enema, who was in the same car with her when the sad incident occurred, gives detailed account.
Yesterday, from church, the Redeem was doing program yesterday, lead fishing. So my sister now said that we should not go to Surulere. We should just go nearby church. That's our former church, World Assembly, near Lagos Business School. So immediately we finished. Her daughter now said that that's her daughter, Shemilore. She said, Daddy, let's go out. You said you're going to take us out today. Immediately the daddy said, and when do I tell you you're going out? So the daddy drive and just take us to Brahmadesanya roundabout to get some things for them. He got yogurt and bottled water. From there we now went to Dominion Pizza, very close to roundabout of Ajah. So after spending 1 hour there, my sister said, let's go home. So immediately inside the car, she was even telling me, talking to the husband, he said this new vehicle that you just have is not like Lexus. So you have to be very careful. Benga, by the time you eat any other car, you pay for it. And as we were smiling and laughing, the guy just said, stop. There's a car coming. You said, stop. Immediately we would just stop. We just hear gunshot. I don't know how. Where? The guy was not in our front at all. The guy was not in our front. My sister was sitting and the husband was driving. I was sitting at the back of my elder sister, Barrister Bolanle, and my children, 4 children were there, and with our own daughter. So immediately she just said, Benga, the gun have entered my chest. Benga, the gun have entered my chest. Immediately she just dropped.
Let's return to our coverage of the story of a lawyer who was killed by a trigger-happy policeman in Lagos on Christmas Day. Vice Chairman NBA, Chairman Human Rights Committee, Abiy Tamjo joins us now. You have visited the DPO of the concerned police station and also the husband of the deceased. What more have you learned as regards this incident?
Yeah, please, I would like to hear you clearly. Can you repeat that again?
I'm asking what more you have learned about this incident following your visit to the DPO and also the husband of the deceased.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening. First of all, we want to say our deepest condolences to the family. We'd actually visited the family as well, the NBA National, the branches of the NBA in Lagos, as well as professional bodies. Had gone to see the family. We have assured them that we're going to take up the matter and ensure that justice it's done and speedily as well. We also visited the DPO to authenticate and verify all of the reports that we were able to gather, including from the sister who was at the scene of the crime. We also visited the Commissioner of Police as well. And all of these confirmed the story being narrated already by the sister of our colleague that is deceased. And this is to say that there was an unprovoked shooting of an innocent citizen of this country. We have been assured by the Commissioner of Police that there is going to be a speedy investigation and arraignment of the errant police officer. We have also put up a strategy to ensure that this will be our focus until justice is meted out. Thank you.
How do you think that this particular case can be dealt in such a way that it becomes an example for deterrent, particularly for other police officers who could find themselves in a similar situation?
Okay, so I'm trying to hear you audibly, but I think what I gather is how do I think that this particular matter will have the attention that it deserves? If that is correct, I could proceed to answer it.
Indeed, and serve as a deterrent for others. Exactly, Mr. Bay.
Okay, all right. So what we have done, for instance, on the 6th of December of this year, in commemoration of the International Human Rights Day, we held a dialogue with the Zone 2 commander as regards the issue of ensuring that citizens are being treated right. There is respect for human rights, as it were, and the observance and implementation of the Pan-African Parliament on modern police law for Africa. Surprisingly, this particular law has not been well integrated, or even there is no proper awareness of this law. And so the NBA is doing everything possible to ensure that officers all over the country will be trained on this law, because its emphasis and focus is respect for human rights, protection of lives and properties of the citizen. And so for this case, is one too many. For instance, 2 weeks ago, the NBA actually also intervened on another kind of shooting of this nature. We're following up the matter to ensure that the errant police officer is also arraigned in court. And then this, so unbelievably incident that happened, you really do not have words to describe what happened to our colleague, a citizen of this country, that unprovoked citizen, somebody who hasn't done anything wrong at all, could be shot and die in the process. The death of this colleague, it's something that will become the test of the moment to ensure that no such callousness, no such wickedness from any police officer will occur. And so we're doing everything. We have visited all the command structures to ensure that this matter will not be swept under the carpet. And because we understand that policing is very critical to us all, the working relationship that we continue to build and ensure, it's something that will continue to evaluate, assess, and do any reform, if possible, to ensure that matters like this will not be handled like what we have experienced days past.
Hopefully, Omobolanle Raheem gets justice and that justice is served fast. It matters to what happens next, particularly when you consider the abuse of the power entrusted in the hands of some police personnel. Vice Chairman NBA, Chairman Human Rights Committee, Ajah, thank you for talking to us at the news tonight.
Thank you.